Okay, let's look at the Google Drive setup first. Here we are in Google Drive, and I'm going to set up a new spreadsheet. So I go into New, into Google Sheets, slide across, and select Blank Spreadsheet. Right, first of all, let's give the spreadsheet a name. So I'm going to call this Status. Spreadsheets in Google, like most spreadsheets, can also have more than one sheet. This one has got just one sheet and it's called Sheet 1. Let's just change that again and I'll call that Status as well. Right, now in Google, there's no need to save changes. Google Drive automatically saves constantly. We don't want a huge spreadsheet, just require 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Sorry, 4 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so let's remove the unwanted columns and rows. We don't want any columns beyond D. So if I, at the top here, in this top bar here, select E, and hold down Shift, and go to the horizontal scroll bar, and hold down Z, right click, and I can put Delete Columns E to Z. And that gives it just a 4 column spreadsheet. Now we're going to repeat this for the rows. We need 5 rows, so in the left bar select 6. Again holding down Shift, this time using the vertical scroll bar, scroll all the way down to the bottom to 1000, right click and delete rows 6 to 1000. Right, we now have a spreadsheet of 4 columns by 5 rows, which is what exactly. So we've got our 4 by 5 spreadsheet, and now we're going to populate its content. The first row is going to be the header text. We don't need 4 cells for this, so I'm going to merge them. Just drag select over the first row until you've selected all the columns in that row. Just like that. And then you hit this merge cells. Now for the next 3 status rows, we need columns B and C merged. So just select those 2. Merge them, select those 2, merge them, select those 2, merge them. So we've done that now. Finally, for row 5, we need to merge columns A and B and columns C and D. So in row 5, I'm just going to select those 2, merge them, select those 2, merge them. I can then actually select all, control all, and I can hit the sort of left align. I'm going to center align everything in that cell. Now it's time to populate. Now I've already selected all those cells by going Control A, and I've hit the center align. I'm going to select one and enter the table's header text. So I'll call this table header text. It's already centered a line. Now you can set the font. Doesn't need to select it. You can select the font you want. I'm going to use it. Keep it as Arial. I'm going to keep it as 10. I'm going to put the background, the fill colour of the background to let's say orange, and I'm going to set the header text colour to white. So we've done that. Select row 1 and into the table header, we've done that. Set the font size and colour as required, we've done that. Right, next set row 2's middle cells to called out. So I'm going to set that. I'm going to put called out. I'm going to select row 3 and I'm going to set that as stand by, and I'm going to select column 4 and I'm going to call this stood down. Of course you can name these whatever you want. So you've got that. Now set rows 5 left cells to date here. So I click here. I then go into format up here. And I want this as a number, but I want the number to be a time or a date. I'm going to select this date. And we're going to click in here. Today's the 4th October 2020, and I click that. Right, but if I go in that, I can also format it, number, time, date. I can get it to time and date like that, but that's probably the one I want down here, saying that Sunday the 4th of October 2010. I'm going to select this one here and I'm going to go format as a number, but this time it's going to be a time, and I want the time. I don't want the time in seconds, I just want the time in hours and minutes on a 24-hour clock. And I'll just put the time here now is 00:54. That's not right, is it? Let's delete that and just let me check the format here. Format number. I'll just set it to time here. And what time did I say? 00:54. I don't want the seconds, so again, if I go back into the format, number, time, I just want to click on this one, and that will come in which time it was sent out. Right, so we've now set all the cells we want. Now all we've got to do is possibly close down these cells slightly, close down this cell slightly without messing up too much of the time. Do that. I can set that. Just let me see what. Resize the column, and I can resize that. Let's resize that column to 90. Okay. Resize the column. I want to resize that column to 92. 90. Resize the column. 90. Okay. and possibly want these to be the same. Resize the column. Of course, this is going very, very complicated now. You don't need to complicate it this much, but it's nice to keep the table going the same. So if I put that as 20, no, it's too narrow that now. Resize the column. I'm going to resize it to 50. Otherwise, a problem. Resize the column. 50. Okay. I'll resize this column to match. Resize the column, and I'm going to make that 50. Just so it now looks quite neat. Now we've got everything you want. So all you've got to do now is select what status each one is. If the lifeboats or whatever it is you're talking about, mountain rescue or whatever, has been called out, you can right click over that and set that colour to fill colour to red. So that's, you could save that now and that would be called out. I'll undo that, Control Z, and let's put it on, clicking here and put it on. Notice it selects the whole row. You can select that and fill that red so it stood down. Or you can fill it white. Look, that white. Unless you wanted to do standby, you just fill it and fill it with red. So that will show you the various parts about it. So that's where you've got. Now what we need to do finally is go to File, Publish to Web. Publish to Web. Make your content visible to anyone by publishing it to the web. You can link or embed your document, learn more. And I want to embed it. And I don't want the entire document, I just want this one sheet, because it's only got one sheet anyway. And I'll go publish. Say OK. And this then gives you the embed text you need to put into an iframe. Copy that. Copy. Close that down now. And we can finish that now. That's been published. And it then goes into the bit that we do in Zara. So I hope that helped. I'll just enter that iframe text there, so I've got a copy of it, and we can see where we go from there. So now we've finished with the Google Drive spreadsheet, and it's published to the web. Now we need to go into Zara and create a page to hold the Google Drive we just created. This was the embed code Google gave us, and I'm not going to even try and read it. Right, let's give it a try. Open Zara and create a 960 pixel website, which we've done. Now I'm going to create a rectangle ready to accept this placeholder code. I always use magenta for the fill for my placeholders, as I rarely use that colour in a website. And I also avoid the option to regenerate placeholder image automatically, as this slows down my workflow and progress. So with the magenta rectangle selected, go into Web Properties, Placeholder Bodies. I'm here now into Web Properties, Placeholder Body, and I'm going to go Control V to paste the text that the Google Drive gave us. Okay, and let's see what happens. Okay. And this is what happens when we preview the site, and you've got to admit everything's in there, but it's not very pretty. It's not the table that we need. So next we need to clean up that table. So the next bit will be on how to do that. Right, this was the embed code Google gave us, which worked, but had a messy scroll bars, etc. And that's the embed code it gave us. Now let's clean this up. I use the following embed code. Iframe width 500 pixels, height 500 pixels, frame border 0, and then the source, the Google website source, iframe. Now I can control the placeholder size. I'll copy the Google source into my iframe and test it. So the source is that bit there. I need to have that's the source. So control copy that. Control Z. I don't know why it went like that. Just copy it. I can cut it. And this bit where it says the Google website source, I'll just Control V, paste that into that. That gives me that new code. Copy. Web properties, placeholder. I'll delete that and Control V, put that in there. OK, apply, OK, and preview. And you can see now that you haven't got the scroll bars or anything else. I've just got the bit that I require. That's the bit that I require, so I can cut that down more and more. But this might seem a messy step, but you only have to do it once. Once it's done, that's all that's required. So I'll end for a second. Okay, let's just select the table part and hide the unwanted part. So if you remember, if I just quickly preview that. Comes in, you get the table part, but you also get the whole of this status at the top here, and this bit down the bottom that you don't want. So what you're going to do is hold down Alt and hit print screen. Then close that down. Back in Zara, Control V or paste. Cancel. Then you've got this section, and the bit that you want, you don't want this status line. You want this bit here. If I just hold down Shift key and select the screen grab as well, and then hold down Control and hit 3, which intersects shapes. It just gives me that bit of the table that I want. And the size of that is 288 by 106. Probably a bit slow, but when I did it before it was 298 by 110, so I shall carry on with that. So what we need to do now is create a website, a web page just for that, just at that size. So I'm going to go File, New, slide across, get down to that, go to Utilities, Options, wait for the options to load. Come on. There it is. And I'm going to go Custom. And I'm going to set the page width to 298. And I'm going to set the page height to 110. Apply. Okay. Now what I'll just do, make sure we can see what we're doing. I'll give that a white fill, and I'll give this a 20% black background, and as always Zara comes back and gives that page shadow that I absolutely hate. So if we go into page and layer gallery, just select the page background, shadow, remove that shadow. Right, we've now got a 298 by 110 web page. If I go back here, I'm going to edit this text here, copy it, okay, apply, okay, go back here, and I'm going to create a placeholder, fit that page, like that. Okay, and I'll give it a magenta color. Web properties, placeholder, replace with HTML, Control V, okay, apply, okay, and preview. And as you can see, that comes out there, that get the bit of the table we want, but we don't want this status line. So what we can do is just hit this placeholder, and using the arrow keys we can move it up, and I'll move it to the right a bit as well, and preview. You still see a bit of that status, so we don't want that. Just go again with the arrow keys, moving it up, moving it a bit like that. We can just fit it like that, and I think that's almost exactly what we want. So that's centered quite nicely. We only have to do that once. It seems fiddly, but it's quite. Once we're happy, we can file, save that, and we can then file, export website, or publish website. We'll export website, and so we've got a copy of that. And that's the end of this section. Okay, and now we're almost finished. In your main site, you can create a placeholder to load the page status -.htm. So here we are in our main page. We can preview that. That's fine. Click that down. What we need to do now is create a placeholder 298 by 110 pixels. So I'm just going to select there. I'm going to go 298 by 110 pixels, and I'll give that color magenta. So that's going to become a placeholder. Now, okay, so I want to paste in some iframe here, and the URL I need is that. Control V, and just to prove that's right. That's it. I'll refresh it. That's the one I want. I'm going to copy that. Copy. I'm just going to paste that into there. Width 100%, height 100%, and all the rest of it here. I'm going to control copy that. And in here, this placeholder, I'm going to click here, placeholder, replace with HTML, code body, paste, okay, apply, okay, and when I preview that now, that loads what I want into there, okay, so that is now complete. I don't need to touch that ever again. I can save that and I can publish that as rescue, and that's fine. Having done that, you will never need to reopen, edit, publish the ZAR file again. Just open the Google Drive and adjust the status spreadsheet. So here I am back in Google Drive. What this is at the moment, the rescue is on standby. If I wanted to change that, I can just click on that and I can change that fill color by here, no, sorry, that one there, and I can put that red. And obviously we can't both all be on standby, so I can reset that to white. And that should save within various seconds, within 2 minutes. So when I refresh that, it's still on standby, and I'm going to pause this down. Control 5. And you can see now it's changed to stood down. Similarly, if I wanted to, I can go to here, change the date to Monday, and I'll change the time to go to 30. Change that. That should be okay. And I can change this to Norfolk. Maintain rescue team. 4, 5, 4, 5. I don't know why that's not doing that. Pause. Testing one more time. Preview. And it's now changed up. So it's only a 4 or 5 minute delay. It seems a long time to you, but in reality someone visiting the website will automatically get this fed this updated one. Anyway, hope that's helped. This is Ed. Bye.